Hey y'all. So this is actually the second time I'm making this video. I deleted it the first time, but I feel like if that happened, it had to be for a reason. So maybe this time is the time that I tell y'all what I wanted to tell y'all in the first video, but in a way that's more digestible. So in the beginning of the video, I put the clip of basically the path I had to walk. So I made a couple videos a couple weeks ago, and I went to a spot to do it. I felt like that spot was really just where I wanted to be because it was full of nature, and I'm more and more I love nature. And when I say more and more I love nature, I truly love being outside. I just don't like the effects of being outside. You stay outside too long, you get sunburned, or you stay outside too long and the ants bite you, or stuff like that. But I'm getting more and more comfortable with the idea that there is duality in everything. So to be outside in nature, apologies for the door, but I just close the door. I just close it. How about that? Instead of telling y'all apologies and just allowing the door to keep on making noise, why not close it, right? That's a whole different video for a whole different day. Anyway, so basically I'm learning that everything that you like, there's going to be some upsides and downsides to it. And that goes for anything. That goes for jobs. That goes for relationships. That goes for anything. But anyway, that's not the point of this video. So I was out there, I was doing videos, but the path that I had to take, I parked in a parking lot, and across the parking lot, you can see where I wanted to, do my videos. But the path to get there was super windy, as y'all saw. And that just reminded me of life. I grew up in Christianity. I still read the Bible. I still, resonate with a lot of things that Christianity has within a religion. Okay. Thank you. Anyway, so I still have a lot of stuff that I resonate with within those within a religion. And one of the things that I resonate with is the Israelites. How they were leaving Egypt, their bondage, and they were going to their promised land. And it took them 40 years to get there. Now, of course, the Bible says it took them 40 years because of their murmuring and complaining. And, they had to basically, what really happened is they killed off a generation before they got to the promised land. And when I say killed off a generation, I mean that generation lived in the wilderness. That generation never got to see the promised land because they didn't have what it was in them in order to make sure that the promised land stayed the promised land. You were going to bring all the same things and the same mentalities and the same habits from Egypt to the promised land. So I had to let y'all stay in the wilderness. Do y'all know how far away Egypt was from, I believe, Canaan, if I'm not mistaken? If I'm not mistaken, it was Canaan that was actually the promised land. And I think that's right because they were scared of the Canaanites and how gigantic they were. And they didn't want to go to the promised land. They was telling Moses, like, you tricked us. You got me out here in the wilderness, boy. And the Canaanites going to beat my butt if I try to take their land. But you telling me that's the promised land. So I'm pretty sure it was Canaan. I think it was 40 miles. 40 miles. You could drive 40 miles an hour, which means I could have made it to the promised land in a car in an hour. So obviously they don't have cars back then, but they still, the way that they used to walk, they could have made it to the promised land, let's say 3 months, 4 months. It wouldn't have took 40 years. It wouldn't have took 40 years. And I'm saying that because the path that we going on, see, we think that it's going to be a path like this. We just going to go. That's not life. That's not life in any reality. That's when it comes to your health journey. when it comes to your spiritual journey, when it comes to your mental journey, when it comes to any journey, there's ups and downs in everything. There's twists, there's turns. So you sit up there and you think, this ain't going the way I want it to go. Because you saw the path that I showed y'all. It was fast. Y'all can rewatch it if you need to. But that path had twists and turns and twine. And the car was right in front of me. But I had to go this way. I had to go over here. And then loop around to get to the car. So if I was looking at that path, not knowing where the car was, not knowing where my destination was, I would have saw the direction I was going, and I would have been like, you know what? I'm lost. I don't know why I'm going this way. The path is leading me that way, but what I want is somewhere over there. So why am I going this way if what I want is over there? Because there's something that way that's going to teach you, mold you, and shape you in the way that you're going to need to be in order to sustain being over there. When you look at your path, don't compare it to other people's path. Know that God has you covered. Know that God is directing you the way that you need to be directed in order for you to live the way that you want to, in order for God to shape you and mold you in a way that is going to allow you to be able to be in that life that you want. A lot of times we get upset because people tell us, oh, I manifested for 30 days and I got what I wanted. They was manifesting a new job. I look, and I'm not shading nobody. I'm not coming for you. But baby, I don't even need to manifest a new job. I got so much stuff on my resume. All I got to do is just make my resume look nice, send it in, and then pass the interview. I manifested the job in 5 minutes. It took you 30 days. But that's not what I want. I don't want a new job. I don't want a new car. I don't want a new house. I'm manifesting an entire new reality. So I got to go through the twists and turns of this journey. Stop looking at the next person and being upset because they've reached their destination. If your bar is set here, of course you can reach it. My bar is beyond the clouds. It's going to be so much harder for me to reach my bar because I have so much more work to do in order to get to that level. So I just wanted to come on here and encourage y'all to just go with the path, go with the flow and ebbs of life. Trust that God is with you in every step of the way. I know it don't always seem like it's easy. And I'm not just speaking to y'all, I'm speaking to myself. I know it's not always easy. When you sitting up there seeing all these people do sometimes crazy stuff in order to live their best life, and you like, I could have did that. Yeah, you could have. But then the life that you're actually manifesting and working on and building on, you wouldn't get it. If you live the life that everybody else is living, you're going to have what everybody else has. And if that's what you want, then baby, do that. I'm not knocking you. I'm not coming for you. But if you manifesting something great, then you have to understand that things need to be put in place. That God ain't just going to drop you off in a place that so you can wreck it. I use the analogy of basically somebody working towards getting their first vehicle versus somebody who gets their first vehicle who has it gifted to them. That person who worked towards that vehicle, they're getting their oil changes. They're doing they're rotating their tires. They're going to make sure that their transmission is flush. They're going to make sure that the car always smells good, looks good. They're putting effort into that car because they remember how much effort it took to get it. But the person who got gifted that car, they ride it till the wheels fall off. The wheel fall off, they pop another one on and keep riding. The oil about dry, the engine about to start knocking, all of it. Why? Because you don't value it. You don't value it because you didn't have to go through what you really needed to in order to value it. When you go through things in order to get where you want to be or in order to get what you want in life, you value it. So sometimes that twist and turn in that path that would have been only 40 miles It takes 40 years because you have to learn the value of where you're going in life. You have to learn the value of what you're bringing into your life. I love y'all. I want y'all to have the most amazing day. Remember, it is up to you, no one else.